Subscribe to the Donnie Houston podcast, man.
You know, people get in these binds, they get in these situations, you see them on the news, and it's like, we're going to call Quanell. You know, why do people come to you in times of crisis?
Well, I've been able, by God's grace, to do things that no other activist or black leader in the history of this city has ever been able to do. I've been able to do things that many people have called miracles. But this is what they don't really understand. Everything I've told you that I did, you know where I learned that? The Nation of Islam. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Those deals I made, it was his wisdom that I learned in the Nation of Islam that put me on that type of thought process to make that type of stuff happen to become a reality. When brothers have confessed to me the cold-blooded murders that they've done, that the FBI could have those brothers 18 hours and straight, don't let them sleep and question them. You couldn't get nothing out of them. Everything that I was able to do, we're getting those confessions all across the country, were the techniques I learned in the Nation of Islam.
Okay, because I know we can't get that type of game out, but like, if you can, in a sense, like, what is that? What is that?
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that the human thought travels at 24 billion miles per second, but thought is the motivating force that produces a living reality or hinders a reality from coming into existence. Christ Jesus taught, as a man thinketh, so is he. The power of the human mind is so dynamic, so in depth. If you take a human being that is an astute student of knowledge and they go into the inner sanctum of the inner sanctorium of their subconscious thinking, you can read people's minds. And so when a brother is lying to you, you could finish the lie before he ever finished it. And then you could tell him what a lie thought came from. And when a man sees that you're reading his thoughts,
we got to deal with the truth. You know what, man? I remember when the Maleah Davis situation was going on. I think that's one that probably your name is going to be synonymous with, for a long time, man. How real was that to go in? Because it was like you were on one side and then it came out to be a whole nother thing. Like, how does that place, you know what I mean? What effect does that have on you when you say, man, these people trusted me to do this?
I was always on Maleah's side. People were condemning me. People were throwing stones and rocks at me because they thought I had sided with the mother. But Jesus taught us, be wise as a serpent, but gentle as a dove. They don't understand that I had to make sure that my methodology was as such that at the end of the day, I would find out where that baby was. And so I had to take the slander and the attacks of the people who did not understand, who were too spiritually and psychologically immature to understand when God is working on a human being's mind to produce an end result. Because you don't understand, you judge it incorrectly, you cast positions and take positions on it incorrectly for a lack of knowledge. But I couldn't just come out and say, y'all don't know, this is why I'm doing what I couldn't do that. Because I knew if I did, I would never find that baby. But I always knew I would find that baby. I remember I told little Quanell, because he asked me, he was a little younger, a couple of years ago. He said, Daddy, you gonna find that baby? I said, son, I promise you, within a week I'll find her. Days would go by and he would say, Dad, you find her yet? I said, don't worry, son, I'm gonna find her. And in 6 days, I found her.
Donnie Houston.